This is the CDL General Knowledge Exam, questions and answers, practice, study, and prep. As soon as you see your trailer getting off the proper backing path, you should turn the top of the steering wheel in the direction of the drift. What should you do if your vehicle hydroplanes? Release the accelerator and push in the clutch. To keep your vehicle from rolling back when you start up, you should partly engage the clutch before you take your right foot off of the brake. What is a good reason for knowing what traffic is doing on all sides? You need to have room to change lanes or stop. What is controlled braking? It's applying the brakes as hard as you can without locking the wheels. Whenever you are about to pass a vehicle, pedestrian, or cyclist, you should assume that they haven't seen you. Convex mirrors show a wider area than flat mirrors, but they also make things seem farther away than they really are. What are 3 factors of total stopping distance with hydraulic brakes? Perception, reaction, and braking distance. When backing a trailer, you may make corrections to reposition your vehicle by pull-ups. Empty buses may not require more stopping distance than loaded buses because they usually have as much braking power when empty as when loaded. Where do you place the 3 reflective triangles on a 2-lane road? Within 10 feet of the rear, 100 feet to the rear, and 100 feet from the front of the vehicle. When should you use your high beam headlights? Whenever you can, providing the law allows it. In holding a steering wheel, what is the proper way to place your hands? Firmly, with your hands on opposite sides of the wheel. If you have to set out warning reflective triangles by the highway, you should hold them between yourself and oncoming traffic. What are some things to do when you are backing your vehicle? Look at your path, back slowly, and back straight back. What are some defects to look for in the suspension system? Spring hangers that are cracked or broken. When should you downshift for a curve? You should downshift before entering the curve. Besides looking for vehicles coming into your lane, looking for traffic means watching for the brake lights of slowing vehicles ahead of you. What is the purpose of cargo blocking and bracing? That would be to keep the cargo from sliding and falling and getting out of balance. When you need to slow down, you may want to warn drivers behind you by tapping lightly on the brake pedal to flash the brake lights. When backing a trailer, you should turn the steering wheel opposite the direction you want to go. What is a major cause of most serious skids? Driving too fast for road conditions. Antifreeze is effective under hot conditions as well as cold conditions. What is the maximum distance between tie-downs to prevent cargo shifting? To prevent cargo shifting, tie down every 10 feet. What should you do when using a fire extinguisher to fight a fire? Aim at the base of the fire. When checking tires, what are some problems that you should look for? Bad wear, cuts or other damage, tread separation, cracked valve stems. How can you know you have the engine speed and road speed to shift gears? By listening to the sound the engine makes to know when to shift, then you will know you have the engine speed and road speed to shift gears. If you are using a helper when you are backing your vehicle, the helper should agree with you beforehand as to the signal for stop. Also, he should stand where you can see him. Wheels or rims that have been repaired by welding are not safe. What are some items to check, especially before driving in winter weather? The coolant level, the windshield washer level, and antifreeze level. Besides watching the traffic behind you, you should use your rear view mirrors to watch for possible tire fires. What is a good policy for using your brakes when pulling off the road? Try to avoid using your brakes until your speed has dropped to about 20 miles per hour. Should you always be looking into the distance ahead? No. Shift your attention back and forth, near and far. At night, in order to avoid the glare of oncoming traffic, what is a good direction to look? Look at the right side of the road and watch the sidelines. Why can't you assume your vehicle will clear the posted height at an overpass? Because some roads might not be level and could cause your vehicle to tilt. How much time does it take to stop a heavy vehicle going 55 miles per hour on a dry, level road? about the length of a football field, or about 6 seconds. You want to turn right and must swing wide. You should turn wide as you complete the turn. Some newer vehicles have progressive shifting, which means the RPMs at which you shift become higher as you move up in the gears. Rust around lug nuts may indicate that the lug nuts are loose, hence the wheel may be loose. If the vehicle in oncoming traffic is approaching you with its high beams on, you should keep your low beams on. Don't turn on your high beams, and look at the right side of the road until the vehicle passes you. What should you consider about downshifting before you reach a long downhill grade? Downshifting helps prevent the brakes from overheating and from losing braking power. Whether backing a straight truck or a combination vehicle, you should back and turn toward the driver's side. How often should you check your tires when driving in very hot weather? Check them every 2 hours or every 100 miles. Because of your vehicle's large size, you may wish to flash your brake lights to alert drivers behind you of hazards that you see ahead. What is the purpose of brake retarders? They help slow the vehicle and reduce brake wear. When driving at night, what rule should you follow? Be ready to stop within the range of your headlights. Downshifting requires knowing when to shift. To do this correctly, you should use the tachometer and/or speedometer. In making a quick turn, what should you remember? Don't apply the brakes while turning. How do you reduce the odds of having to make a sudden move to avoid a hazard? Watch far enough ahead so you can anticipate a potential hazard. Roads usually become more slippery when the temperature has increased to the point where ice begins to melt.